What's up, Dragon Brood? So, we're back on the Golgari thing, but there's a reason. I started thinking that I haven't really messed with any type of pest deck or builds in I don't know how long. And I was wondering if there was anything really that changed those decks up at all that came out with Forgotten Realms. And turns out, I really hadn't looked at them since the Prosperous Innkeeper was a thing. So then that got me thinking if there was even a possibility of turning this into something else, and I think we might have actually gotten there. So, let's go get into it and see what we can do with these black and green pest cards for Standard 2022. Okay, at the top here, I wasn't sure what removal I wanted to go with, and I'm still not sure that Bloodchief's Thirst is the card that I want. But for now, we gotta have something, because I wasn't going to play completely with no removal, which maybe this deck can operate without it. I just didn't want to take a chance, so we are playing a couple Bloodchief's Thirst. We have 3 Eye Twitches. This is to give us access to several things in our sideboard with lessons, but also to occasionally block a dragon or something if we have to. Valentin and Lizette. This was the tough part. I really wanted more of these, but I wasn't sure where I could squeeze the space. And ultimately, it came down to just playing 2 of them, partly because Valentin does actually work early sometimes if you just need to have that, and just getting incremental life gain isn't bad, but then having Lizette, really you just want Lizette super late once you've already kind of set up some things with some ways to gain life or whatever, and can just use her almost as a finisher for the rest of the deck. So 2 is fine, but I'd really like to have an extra one somewhere along the way. Same thing with Hunt for Specimens. We're really only rocking 2 of these, and ultimately I'd like to have 3 at a minimum, if not 4. But for now, we're playing at least 2 so we can actually make the token. And we do have a couple other things. We're having some spells matter, but also just another way to have access to those lessons. Then Plumb the Forbidden. Just 3, I think, is all we needed. I know some people say, why not play 4? But we're not generating a ton of tokens, and a lot of times, even when we are, just being able to, we don't necessarily want to get rid of all of them. So getting rid of 2 to 5 sometimes is enough. And you just use it early to get you some value. And as we mentioned, there's the Prosperous Innkeeper. Getting all the tokens coming into play, gaining life, really does make a big difference in this deck, especially when you have Dina. So you're going to be able to win Sun games just by draining the opponent. Like creatures coming into play, Dina's going to drain the opponent for 6, 8, 10 in a turn, if not more. And yeah, we're just going to go with that and see what happens. We do have 10 the Pest. This is one that I think various versions of this deck played and then some didn't play. And I was on both sides of the fence. I sometimes did, sometimes didn't. But here it makes a lot of sense just because now that we have a way to gain life easier with the Prosperous Innkeeper, also having the ability to turn some of our bigger creatures into a pile of tokens, it opens up the door for a few different things here. So, 10 the Pest, we have 2, and it's possible we may go to 3. Sedgemoor Witch. Now, this is funny because I put 4 in here, but the more I thought about it, I might actually want to scale it back to 3. So where I wanted more of a lot of other cards, I may want less of this one. And it's partly because this version is more based on creatures than spells. Current version only really has 9 spells. I think after I make my changes, I can get that up to probably 11, possibly 12 spells. But I don't know if that's enough even to justify the Sedgemoor Witch as it is. But it's not a bad card. I mean, it does have Menace. Your opponent's going to try to kill it a lot of the time and take an extra 3 damage. So she does a lot of work just for 3 mana. So maybe, I don't know. Maybe we do need 4. Maybe we don't. Blex Vexing Pest. This is a tougher one too. I have 4 Blex in here. I may also scale this back to 3. But this is also tough because Blex does pump your other creatures, well, your other tokens, but occasionally, because we do have a Scoot Swarm hanging out here below it, it's an insect, and I think sometimes people forget Blex actually pumps pests, bats, insects, snakes, spiders. So, you know, like, that's a lot of stuff, and Eye Twitch is also a bat. So, just saying, there's a few things it does work on in the deck, so we don't necessarily want to throw it away. And Search for Blex is also relevant. I mean, there's some times you're just looking for maybe a Dina, or you're looking for maybe something big you can sacrifice, or whatever. And just doing that, especially after you've already gained some life, is actually pretty sweet. So I don't necessarily want to cut more than 1, but maybe 3 is the right answer. I don't know. We'll see after we get into some more of these games. Scoot Swarm, this is here because it's another way to finish, another way to get a pile of tokens. We're not playing 4 because it's not really our main win condition. It's just another option. But you know what? Maybe we just need 2. Maybe we just need it as a backup plan, and it's fine if it comes up. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. I don't know, but we'll see. Now, these next 2 are kind of the real questionable ones, because we're playing Demogoth Titan. We do have enough ways to keep generating tokens, and we can attack, we can block. I mean, it's 11-10. This is kind of going to stonewall some mono white decks. It's going to stonewall some mono green decks, maybe even some red decks, just because the size is so big. Does that justify us playing more or less? I don't know. Maybe it just needs to be 2, because we also do alongside it have the Demogoth Woe Eater. This is a 7-6 as opposed to being 11-10. And you don't have to sacrifice a creature during your upkeep. So you do get to block and fight with this pretty regularly. Also, the other cool part about this is if you sacrifice it to anything, you do also still get those other abilities. So your opponent discards a card, you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Which is important because you can sacrifice it to Adina, you can sacrifice it to Plum the Forbidden. I mean, a few different things in the deck. Maybe even Tend the Pest, right? There's a few different options there that you can do with it. So I actually like all of that. I just don't know. So we'll see. There's going to be a lot of things to talk about, I think, on the back end here. So 9 Swamp, 9 Forest, 4 Darkboar Pathway, 1 Witherbloom Campus. I wish we were being cute with the lands, but really this is kind of it. Nothing too fancy. So yeah, this is kind of a big giant experimental pile. There's going to be a lot to talk about after the game. So as usual, remember to watch the games, have fun with that. But at the end of it, we're going to come back and talk about things we would change or update in this list, and then have a card spotlight for you. This isn't great, but I'm going to keep it. This will let me do some things. I mean, worst comes to worst, we could make 2 dudes go search for something, but I don't think that's really efficient. I don't think that's what we're really after here. Opponent's name is the RJJJ. So is it the RJs? The Raj? I don't know what they're trying to do there with that name. I'm always curious when I see stuff like that. Like, I always think there's some reference I don't know about. Okay, let's see what we got here. Come on, opponent. What plays Evolving Wilds on 1? Oh, it's an Izzet deck. That makes sense. Hey, Paul. And Tim, how's it going? I kind of want to do this now, but I'm actually not going to. I'm going to wait. Good news is we're almost to the 6th land point already for our Scoot Swarm, though everything here might be about to get swept. Thank y'all for the likes, by the way, on the stream today. Don't forget, if you are new around here and you do like the streams or the videos I put up, remember to follow the page if you're watching on Facebook, as well as subscribe and hit the like button and all that good stuff. Most importantly, if you'd be so kind, remember to share the videos, because that's what really helps the recommendation algorithms. So if you know people who like these style of decks, or you have some groups you post stuff in or whatever, that'd be great. Nigel, welcome. All right, what's the opponent? This is good. I thought the opponent might actually have one of the spells that like deals 2 to all your creatures or whatever, but it looks like they don't. So this opens up the door a little bit for some things to start happening. It's not necessarily a happy time because our hand's still pretty weak here, but at least means we're not immediately getting blown out. All right, so now we've hit the 6th land mark, which is good. So we're going to go ahead and attack. Don't know what the opponent's up to here. I mean, other than just waiting for us to cast a thing, but sure. And even then, I might cast Tend the Pest during their end step just to see if we can get them to use a counter and speed up the clock. Because if so, we can sneak down the Scoot Swarm the following turn. But if we don't, I'm kind of thinking about like what will we go get here that would be any better. And having this still does let us block a dragon if necessary. Though, if we sack this, we end up with we end up with just 2 tokens. So we'd be attacking for 5 as opposed to 4. I guess we're going to sit on it. Oh, the opponent's choosing... Okay, I thought they were going to do something to our Sedgemoor Witch for a second there. Ah, see, okay, now this is kind of interesting. They might counter this. So, yeah, if you got to counter... One of those is at least a counter. So let's let them counter this. Yep, there are definitely notifications for shares. Oh, they didn't even have a counter. What? They must be about to sweep the board or something then, right? Huh. Okay. Well, I guess we save to block a dragon? Because I don't know what else is going to happen. I mean, maybe they just take an extra turn? Because those aren't counters. I can't imagine they're all, you know, Behold the Multiverse or whatever. So one of these has to be an Epiphany. Which, if so, I mean, it is what it is. And they don't have double red, so they're not casting... At least they're not casting Goldspan Dragon here. They can cast, like, Imrith or something. But we don't really care about that. Yeah, I don't know. They, like... Oh, they only have 5 lands. For me, I was thinking that was going to be their 6th land. So yeah, they can't take an extra turn anyway. So yeah, so I don't even know what the opponent's doing here, honestly. I'm at a little bit of a loss. They're tapping 2 blue to do something. All right. They're going to foretell yet another thing. Who knows? It could be double Epiphany and something. I mean, you had an opportunity to put a land on red and they didn't. So I'm just going to try to get as much damage as we can in here. And I'm going to do this during their end step. Sacrificing this. Oh, thanks for the stars, man. I guess I'm just going to take this. Just to get our hand all set up. I mean, the opponent can counter. Which is fine by us. Or they could target the Sedgemoor Witch and take 3. Either way, I ain't mad about it. Hey, Kyle. I mean, you gotta do something here, opponent. Like, what's up? Okay, apparently nothing was the answer. So we've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no way I can make that more, I don't believe. So let's go ahead and just do this. We're going to sit on this other Scoot Swarm just in case, because I don't know what the other opponent's up to. Okay, so there's the Saw It coming. Okay. I was thinking maybe if I found a Dina or something, I could find something to sack these pests to, but no such luck. Alright, let's see what the opponent's got. I mean, they might take 3 turns in a row or something here. I don't know what they're setting up for. This is a weird time. Okay, there's a dual strike, sure. You're gonna copy, take an extra turn, obviously. I wasn't expecting one of those to be a dual strike, for real. I mean, if they're just trying to mill us, yeah, that doesn't even matter. Yeah, I have some high cost things in here, so you're not going to get all that many. Yeah, then that's game. Okay, well, sure. Boo, I think I'm gonna mulligan this one. This isn't bad. We're gonna put this on the bottom. All right, we'll see if we can work with this. Oh, I don't know if I could actually, if this is the Simic ramp deck, I don't know if this deck can beat that. Yeah, we could be in trouble. The only benefit I have is I do have some individual creatures that are big enough that I could throw in front of. They're like a big wizard giant thing, but otherwise, we could be in a lot of trouble here. Yep, that's exactly what deck this is. We might already be dead. Like I said, it's not over. I mean, we do have a couple of quirky outs, but we'll see if we can get there. So far, no. We've just been drawing lands. Literally, we've drawn all lands since our opener. So that's not good. I mean, I guess I could also gain enough life in the short term to buy a little time, so there's that. Okay. If you would attack, I would like to not block. Yep, there's the Epiphany. And they're already going to have 7 mana next turn, most likely. I was going to say, that Innkeeper is brave. Okay. I guess we go ahead and just play this. Save this for later. Because I was thinking, like, even if I use this, all I'd be going to get is probably like a Necrotic Fumes, just so I can kill whatever big thing they play. Probably not doing anything else with it here. And I can still do that next turn anyway. So yeah, I'm willing to get in here. If you want to trade both your Innkeepers, fine. Those are worth more to you whenever you bounce everything than my stuff is to me. Yep, there's the Epiphany, no surprise. I'm going to say, if you attack, I am blocking. I will give up my Innkeeper if I have to. Oh, a coma. Ugh. Well, now we're going to have trouble anyway. We do actually have some outs, though. If we can draw, like, Dina. We have some things, believe it or not. We're not dead. We're not dead. It's not good, but we're not dead. And we can obviously make a bunch of chump blockers. The problem is they're also going to be gaining life during this whole process, which is not great for us. But we can do our own little impersonation of what they're doing over here. So let's see what they got. I'm going to tap our Demagoth. Sure. Sounds great. Don't hate it. We're going to go ahead and play this. I think I have to go search for Dina here. Honestly, as much as I don't want to, I think that's the play. So we're going to go digging. No attacks, because there's obviously Coma sitting over there. This also generates 2 more creatures and 2 more life. Oh, gosh. All right. This is going to be a silly life gain battle here. Yep. Ugh. Plus side, though, is if we do come out the other side and we beat a Coma and everything here, this is going to feel great. Don't know that we're gonna, but if we do, good feeling. Alright, we just jump block a Coma and basically take 1 damage during this attack step. That's fine. Not much reason for us to do anything else here. Yep, just like that. If we can find another one of our big, like, 7/6s, 11/10s, whatever, we can keep forcing them to use the things to tap down our Demogoth. Or tap down our creatures in general. Yeah, the problem is, once we get started, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do damage fast enough to keep up with how much they're getting life, because they're getting 3 a turn. So it's going to get very complicated. Oh, goodness. We definitely don't want that. Oh my gosh, you're kidding. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Alright. Damn. Man. So we drew... Have we only drawn one spell since our opener? Yeah, it was the Demogoth. Wow. Because we had Innkeeper, Sedgemoor... Oh, that's not true. We drew into Sedgemoor Witch also. So we've drawn 2 spells. Yeah, we need some help, deck. Like, I even dug 2 cards deeper to try to find a real spell, and we couldn't. Because at this point, even another Sedgemoor Witch... like, there's a bunch of things we could have here that'd be great. Yeah, I was going to say, just send everything. Like, what are you doing? Just get it all in there. Yeah, there you go. Interesting that the birds didn't attack. That's so weird. But alright. I mean, at this rate, like, we just haven't even drawn enough spells to be able to do anything, so we're probably dead anyway. Probably need another, like, hunt for specimens or something here to even try to make a fight out of this. That's too late to do anything. Alright, that's not going to do anything. We did. Really would like a turn 1 thing here, but hey, if we don't have it, we'll just make do. Yeah, this actually doesn't work out too great with this Tend the Pest and this combo. Unless I play this and then during my upkeep, instead of sacrificing the thing, I could actually just get rid of this. But it kind of already has its own effect if I just go ahead and let it die, so I don't know. Oh, it just says when you sacrifice. It didn't say to what, does it? Huh. That is cool to know. I'll assume this is going to get fought, but that's okay. Come on, come on, come on. Well, at least if it fights here. Well, okay, it's not a fight. It's going to be +3/+3. Sure. No blocks. Might as well attack, because neither of these is going to be blocking for us, really. We're going to try to play this and hope it lives, but I don't really know what we're going to do after that, is the problem. Haven't really worked that far through the plan. Alright, no blocks. Let's draw something good here. That's not bad. That's not bad. Because the interesting thing here is, I could play this, very likely block either of these, because I don't think the green decks have anything that powers through 10. Though I'd end up having to sacrifice my Sedgemoor Witch. But then I could Tend the Pest to make 11 things. The opponent just may not attack either with me having a big 10-10 or 11-10 in the way. So let's test their resolve here. No attack with the Sedgemoor Witch, because the opponent might actually get a Wild Hair and double block, because I would consider it. And then that kind of puts them in a situation of, like, then I wouldn't get a choice of what to sacrifice if I wanted to block with the Demigod. So this way, I still get to keep all my options open. And like I said, this might just stonewall the mono green deck. Like, I imagine mono green, mono red, even some version of mono white, if you play either of these two creatures, probably going to be big enough that they'll slow down. Like the mono green deck, not so much, because if they would have had, say, like Inscription of Abundance, they would still be able to fight this, and I wouldn't have got anything for it. So that's not that good. If I had like 6 mana, I probably wouldn't care, because then I could play it and then sacrifice it to 10 the pest and still get a benefit, and that would be pretty good. All right, they're deciding, F it. They're going to come get max damage in, I guess. So my question now has to be, if we do block, what's the best thing that happens? Like, you're still going to get just a 2/2. Because if they fight first, it just dies. So there's no loss in blocking other than what I want to sacrifice. So I just have to decide what's worth sacrificing here. If I want to give up Dina or if I want to give up the Sedgemoor Witch. I think I want to give up Sedgemoor Witch. Which is a little bit crazy. But since I'm going to sacrifice it anyway, you throw it in as a blocker. Part of me wants to throw the Dina in front of something, but if they even have just like, I don't know, Snakeskin Veil or whatever, it kind of could wreck our future plans. So we don't necessarily want to do that. So this is where we're going to go. We'll call our blocks. And since we've already declared a block, we're not going to take the 3 damage there. So we only take 2 during this attack step, which isn't that bad, honestly. And if the opponent has some crazy trick here, they've got a crazy trick. Like, I don't know. They'd have to find 6 damage, though. So I don't know what that is. Maybe it's have one of these tokens fight, and that's 5. Well, that's only 9, so that doesn't do it. Yeah, I can't think of any combination of stuff, unless they're going to also play a land. Well, no, even then, that wouldn't do it. Yeah, I don't know. They could, if they have exactly Snakeskin Veil, land, something. Oh, no, I think they already played a land this turn, even. So, yeah, that won't even do anything. I mean, I did the thing. If they got me, they got me. I mean, I got nothing else. I mean, it is what it is. So you're going to plus that and fight. So we get to take out 2 creatures with our 11/11. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. All right, cool. I don't hate it. Like, I was trying to figure out, how does this go bad for us? I couldn't think of a thing. I'm glad I was right. Okay, so we'll play this. And we shall pass. And then during our upkeep, I'm going to go ahead and have full control on. Should put a stop during our upkeep, huh? That'd probably be good. All right. Pass. Pass. Opponent is attacking with 1 card in their hand. I mean, guess they're going to fight Dina. What do? They put mana in and didn't do anything with it? Did I just see that right? They tapped 3 for this. All right, I don't know what just happened, but sure. My turn. We're gonna sack this. So we get all those effects, plus we get the Dina trigger, we get all the tokens. We'll resolve that. Sacrifice one of these. Draw. And that doesn't help us that much. Okay, so what can we do here? We can attack, opponent blocks, they take 6. We could plum. Sack all of these. That's only 6 more, so that won't do anything. So realistically, we don't have a lot going on here. I'm just trying to think if there's something if was there something for 2 mana I could get here, but we're probably better off just blocking. And then just plum with whatever's left, maybe. We're barely getting by. We're only at 8, so we're pretty close to dead. I mean, I can split some of these up. You know, I can plum the ones that are chump blocking, maybe. The opponent keeps tapping mana for no reason. It's so baffling. Okay. Really surprised they didn't put the counter on the Oran Refus? Huh. I'm so confused by so many things happening in this game. Alright, so I guess we'll put 2 here. Put 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And then we'll just plum 3 of them. Let those kill that. Then gain the life and all the triggers and all that mess. Alright. I mean, opponent's hand's empty, so eh. I mean, we don't even take damage, just attack step. Except for damage we're going to do to ourselves. So, yeah, let's plum. And we're going to sack 1, 2, 3 things. I could sack these, but if we don't draw well, I want to be able to chump block at least one more turn, so I don't necessarily want to do all that. That one too. There we go. Okay, maybe that helps. That's not bad. Neither is that. Okay, we might be in business then. Okay. This wasn't bad. This was not bad at all. Oh, and we got the Blex. Okay, we can do some things here. So if we play Innkeeper, so I would need what? 4, 5, 6. I would need 8 total mana. I don't have 8. I have 7. So that's a problem. So I could Daemogoth Titan. I won't get the extra life, but I would get a lot of extra tokens if I did that to be able to block with, which would be pretty sweet. Blex is how big? 3-2? I think we're going to win this. I just got to figure out which way I want to do it. And I have 2 hunt for specimens, too. I think we just do this. No need to get too cute, honestly. I think we just do this and wait. Oh, actually, I did that wrong, because I could have Innkeepered, then had mana anyway. Yeah. So I just do this, because I'll get a treasure. I actually missed a point of life there. I wasn't even thinking. I forgot about the treasure that it was going to make. This is still summoning sick. I'm kind of willing to attack with Dina here. Because, like, Dina's not going to block. She's too critical to everything going on. Even if they have something like, I don't know, Froghemoth or something here, I can just straight up block with the Daemogoth Titan, so it's fine. Alright, tapping mana to play off the top, which is good, because that's one less attacker coming at us. At least one less sizable attacker. They didn't have anything to play, so they're passing. Alright, so opponent's doing the thing. So, yeah, they decided to give up. Smart move. I mean, I think our working plan right now will probably just be try to get this out. Have the following turn be Tin the Pest plus Blex, and then just see what happens from there. And the best part is we can actually Blex first without the opponent knowing we have Attend the Pest, and then we basically get 22 power worth of stuff, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, you get to attack freely here, opponent. I can't block. I mean, I can, but then I just have to sacrifice my Demigod Titan, which I'm not gonna do, in case you were wondering. So come on with it. I'll say they're looking as though they're not sure they can attack. They most definitely can attack. I'm not blocking, though, because that doesn't do anything effective for me. Alright, so we will just play a Blex, which works here anyway because we have a backup Blex, so even if this one gets fought for some reason, it's fine. And then we just pass. Now we get the really cool play if things work out the way we want. Opponent's down to 2 cards. I'm going to assume 1 is Inscription, just because that's kind of complicates our board state if it is. And then beyond that, I have no idea what the other card is, but I'm not sure how much it matters. Could matter, I guess, depending on how we set up our blocks, which could be a big deal. But I'm probably going to overblock anyway, so I'll end up putting, like, I don't know. Of the 2 groups, I'll probably put like 5 on the Old Growth Troll and 6 on the Chariot. So even if Blex dies, we still get to kill something. The opponent looks like they want to kill Blex, though, here. To keep us from blocking. Okay. Chariot it is. Vorinclex. Oh, this is going to be good. We might get to blow out our opponent. What is that? 6, 10, 14? We're going to have 22. Oh, we get to blow out a mono green player with the Vorinclex. How sick is this, y'all? I will even let them attack to trigger their Chariot. Just so we get max opportunity here. Oh, they're not going to give it to us. Vorinclex ain't even going to come get any? You're attacking with the Chariot, you're attacking with Vorinclex, right? Come on. Come on, opponent. Give it to us. There you go. Ah, come on.
What's wrong, McFly? Chicken?
Come on. I know you want to. I know you want to. Ah, damn. Damn, we almost. That was going to be so good. Okay, well, fine. Ugh. Such a letdown. Such a letdown. That was going to be the biggest blowout I've probably ever had against a mono green player. Like, it's like they didn't want to give it to us. Oh, so sick. You know what? We're going to put all the blocks on there. Just because those were going to go to Vorinclex. Alright, now what do we do? Alright, we're at 19. Ugh. Gross. We're at 19, and we lose 3 life for each card we keep in our hand. I mean, we could take double Scoot Eye Twitch. And then I could just play Scoot. Maybe? I mean, we take 12, but that's dicey. I don't know if I want to do that. Alright, I'll go to 10. I probably should have just taken 3 more there, really. But figure why not. Play this on green in case we need it. We're just gonna pass. So, I mean, we've got a lot of stuff in the way. Even if they kill our blacks, we can put a bunch of stuff in a bunch of Vorinclex. Unless, of course, it's something that gives it like +2, then we don't get to really block efficiently. But we also get to gain 4, so, eh. Okay, something like that. Still similar. We gain our 4 life, so we go to 14. Likely gonna throw Eye Twitch in front of the Vorinclex. I think is the game plan here. Maybe 2 things in front of the Vorinclex. And we'll just go Scoot Blex this turn. I think is what we want to do. They're going to make it a little hard on us here. So we're going to have to use more of these tokens, unfortunately. Okay, fair enough. Alright, well, if we're going to do that, we might as well just take 7. And then gain our 3. And then we also get to search for a thing. And maybe we'll just get lucky and draw a land. I guess I'll take this. In case nothing else goes our way here. Alright, never mind. So we will... Scoot Swarm. We're at 10. That's 10 trample damage. We can block everything else. If we Scoot Swarm this, we end up with 4 Scoots and 4 blockers. Or we could Blex first. I could always just sacrifice that. I think that's what we do. I think we Blex here first. And then we just sack one of these to kill the Vorinclex. And then we just manage our life totals the rest of the way. We're at 10, so don't need to get too crafty here. I mean, the opponent has... It's now... The onus is on the opponent to really draw out, because we know what's in our hand. And at this stage, any extra land we get is basically going to put them in a non-winning position. They can attack here. Force us to use up our tokens. Which, that being the case, I'm just going to do this and take 4. Yeah. A little bit dangerous. Not going to lie. I mean, I know how this could end up. But we do gain some life there. Oh. Well. Hello, nurse. Nah, I think we still just do this. Just take the safe play. And, get some attacks in. Actually, I'm going to save this, just in case. Just maybe, just maybe. Something might go sideways. By the way, Blex isn't just pests. It's pests, bats, insects, snakes, spiders. You know, all the good stuff. Do I want to scry during my upkeep? I think I do. Because a land, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I could do that. I'd have a land. I would still innkeeper and gain a bunch. So yeah, that's the best thing for us to do here. I think if we find a land, then we're kind of in a spot where we don't lose. Alright, so we'll tap 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do this to scry. That's perfect. Alright, that's all we needed. Go to our main phase, play this. Play a land. Make a bunch of duders. Get all the life. And then now we just have to wait till we... Yeah, opponent says GG's. I mean, I'm not attacking here. I have to attack next turn, but sure. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. We'll keep this. We definitely obviously need mana, but we're gonna roll with it. And then if we miss, we'll just cry ourselves to sleep. Sentinel. Okay, we found some mana, so that's a start. How good of a start? I don't know, but it's a start. Leave Mandina alone, opponent. Green-white. Is this a party deck? Don't know yet. Didn't really want that, though. Yeah, I guess we'll just do this. I mean, I guess on the plus side, I could just plumb Adina since I have another one. So that's a thing. If we're really hunting for lands. So it's possible. But maybe the opponent's also light on land. Oh, I was going to say. No, this is probably just a Bant party deck then. People have been liking that deck lately in Standard 22. So it would not surprise me if that's what this is. No, Bears of Lajara. Oh, that's not good because they're going to get to fight something. We don't like that. Yeah, I guess we have to go find lands. Sacrifice one thing? Okay, we found a land. That was good. Ooh, and an innkeeper. Nice. Yeah, no attacks. We're good. So that turns one of them into a 4/4. And then you get to fight something, right? Choose up to one target creature, and all your things 4 or greater get to fight it. Yep, there's Linvala, sure. I don't disagree. What could be fun is I could actually play this, and then if they tried to fight Dina, I could sacrifice it to Dina and have her be an 11 attack and then take out some things, which would be kind of funny. A little excessive, so I'm probably not going to do it, but it's a thing it can do. Here's some red mana. Opponent's going to play a second thing here, I think. That's what they're working on. Tazri, yep. Makes sense. Sure, he gets tap a thing down. So next turn can't be activated, right? Yep, makes sense. We will block with one of those. Fortunately, the things we need to do don't need to be activated. So that's a bonus for us. Let's see. If we do this, we can play the Blex. Can't really do much with Demigod Titan here, so not going to get too crafty. I mean, we could play it here, but it really wouldn't do much, especially since it's going to be tapped down every turn or whatever anyway. So we'll just save our mana till we can sacrifice it or do something really big with it. Alright, and I'm kind of half hoping the opponent will choose to fight the Dina here and see Dina as being annoying. No, looks like they're going to fight Blacks. Dang it. So they fought Dina. At least I could like do the slow drain and have another Dina and do all that. But nope, they're gonna fight Sedgemoor Witch maybe. Nope. Well, you're not gonna fight that. Like, come on. Like we know the drill. You're not fighting that. Sure. Okay, now it's just a race of can we gain enough life to stay alive and drain the opponent amidst everything happening. And that I don't know the answer to. Because our hand's a little bit dry right now. Though, I don't know, if we get something that could help produce tokens, maybe we get into a situation where we're just using Demigoth Titan a bunch. But we'll see. I mean, we have a decent amount of life right now, so we're not super hurting. All right, they're going to tap those so they can get the best search possibility. Yep. Resolve that up. I guess we're going to go try to find, like, the little priest or something. Yeah, I think I like the other versions without the Bears of Lijar a little bit better. I'm not totally sure what the benefit is for them, other than just getting a 4/4 that, I guess, counts as whatever creature type you need. But not that that's awful or anything. It's just I'm not sure how big the benefit is. All right. Let's find Attend the Pest. That's what we're looking for here, right? That ain't bad either, though. That ain't bad either. All right. This does open up the door for a few things. And again, we still have a Sacrificial Dina if we need it. Though they're probably just going to put this on ice so it can't block. I mean, might as well get our attacks in. Okay, opponent. It's on you. I do still have to be careful, too, that Attend the Pest may not be a win, because they have the until their blue mana is tapped down, which effectively means I also need the Jaspera Sentinels to be tapped. Because they do have the thing that, like, you pay more for each party member they have, +1. So we would end up having to pay 5 extra, which we don't have that currently. We have 6, but not 5. I assume you're going to turn off the Demigoth Titan. Sounds good. Sure. Sounds like a plan. And we would take 8. If we block... It's 12. We go to 9. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Because, I mean, if they have the counter and we lose to the Attend the Pest, or, I mean, we can't resolve it. Like, we're dead anyway. Hunt for Specimens would probably also be fine. I would take that. Because we'd still be able to gain a couple of life here, which would be okay. Looks like opponent's going to search again here, though. If they do, then they're leaving the door open for Attend the Pest to just be an outright winner, which is awesome. Or anything that can generate multiple tokens, potentially. Alright, what's your plan here, opponent? Oh, you don't have to tap Tazzer, you just pay, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So you pay a red, a blue, tap for red, blue, white, tap for black, and green. Oh, you don't tap white. It's green, black, red. Okay, they chose not to. Okay, well. They're not going to be countering creatures. We know that. Okay. Countering this? Nope. Going to 5. We go to 17. So if we attack, opponent just blocks everything. Well, double blocks Sedgemoor Witch most likely. Okay, we don't attack. We're at 17. Like opponent, it's up to you to find something here. I think we're in the winning seat, so let's see what happens. I mean, because this is... We gain life, so we'll drain them. So they'll be at 4. And we get an extra card. So I don't know. This feels okay. I mean, we're not out of the woods by any stretch, because we're going to be attacked for a minimum of 8 in the air. The good news is the Demogoth of Woe probably, or Woe Eater, probably puts on ice the ground attacks at least. So that's good. Oh no, actually we get attacked for more, well, yeah, probably just 8 in the air. That's not the worst thing. Yeah, either one's fine by me. I don't really care. Like, if you make it where the Demogoth, the Titan can't block, then I'll just block with the other one. Like, whatever. If I sacrifice this, we get all the benefits anyway, right? Alright, so we go to 9. I mean, upkeep, I think we're just going to sacrifice it anyway, right? Well, actually, maybe we don't. What happens if I sacrifice... Well, I don't want to sacrifice an innkeeper either. Ah, man, I wish I knew it was on top of my library, because if it's something that makes a token, then this is awesome for us. One has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. 2, 4... We're only going to have 5 attackers, so that doesn't really change much, sadly. So we can... So if they get another Archpriest, we're actually in bad shape. Likely. I guess we sacrifice this, because another card's just too good here. We're so close that another card is a big pull here. Especially if one of them's Tin the Pest and they don't have the counter. But I would like 2 creatures, truthfully. Would be great. Ooh. Ooh. Mmm. Mmm. Okay. Okay. Put the opponent down to 2. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blockers. We can kill this, which is relevant. And they still have... Yeah, they still have all the party type. So... But if we do that... We still only get to attack them down to 1. And that's not great. Oh, no, that's it. We play this and we get a creep. What am I doing? It's a spell in our hand. We get a token. There at 2. Sorry, y'all. I wasn't even paying. I was thinking about their doing all this other stuff in combat. Like, yeah. Like, that trigger's going to generate a token, which is... Unless they have the counter here, of course. But even then, it's not going to matter because it's a trigger. So, yeah. Even if they have a counter, it's irrelevant. And if we attack with everything, they'd have to double block the Sedgemoor Witch, so that would be a win anyway as well. Yeah. So it doesn't really matter. Yep. Got there. Well, there's good news and bad news there. I mean, actually the deck played pretty well, so that's really good news. And every card we put in showed up at some point and mattered, so that was also good. And honestly, I think the bad news is just that some of the cards we did play 4 ofs, we could probably scale back. So you're going to see that in the final list, where I'm going to trim a bunch of things back to from 4 to 3, maybe a couple from 3 to 2, and then I'm going to up a few other things like we talked about, like the hunt for specimens and those sort of cards, because I think they're very good and important to what the deck's trying to do. I also think in the sideboard, we're going to go ahead and add something like a probably mascot exhibition, because we did have a couple of games where we just got a lot of mana, and being able to just get 2 or 3 blockers really quickly would be huge. So we definitely want to have that there, and there's a few other small things, but overall don't expect the look of the deck to change too much. It's actually pretty good as it is. So that's an awesome thumbs up, because I wasn't sure when we started doing all this crazy stuff, you never know what's going to come out the other side, but this actually was fun. So I kind of appreciated having this as an update to the Golgari Pest deck, because I hadn't really played it in forever. You know, it was a fun one when I played it, but you know, I've built, I don't know, what, 150 decks or something since then. Like, really hadn't given it any attention. So it's cool to see that it was still viable in Standard 22 after not even playing it for a whole set cycle. Now, for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Master of the Wild Hunt. This is a cool card because it's a 4-mana 3/3, but it just generates a wolf every turn. But what's cool is at some point you can just tap and take all your wolves and they just gang fight something. And that's pretty awesome. And truthfully, it's one of those things that could probably see a little extra value here over the next few weeks, especially as your kitchen table players, your commander players start looking for more cards that work with wolves or werewolves. Well, this totally fits that type of build, and they're not too expensive right now, so there's a good chance you could see this go up from about the $13 or $14 range, maybe even creep up past 18 or 20 for a short window of time. So if you're also building that type of deck though, get it while it's affordable and just add it to your pile. This hasn't been printed in several years, and I don't even know where it would fit in for a reprint, but it's a pretty cool card just to have too if you want something that generates tokens in general, but specifically wolves. Now don't forget, if you want today's deck list, it will be down in the description below, and you'll be able to get links as well to all of my other stuff. If you want to come see me on Facebook Gaming during my streams, or even on Twitch, or if you just want to come to the Discord and talk about today's deck or any other deck, or even some of the previewed cards, which by the way, I have previews going up every day if you haven't seen those for the Innistrad Midnight Hunt stuff. And also, if I can ask so kindly, if you are shopping for Ultra Pro stuff, or you're on TCGPlayer, or you're on Amazon, I do have links for you to shop through. If you click those URLs before you do any of your shopping, nothing else changes. The only difference is I'll get a small kickback here on the channel and you'll be helping me out. And finally, wherever you're watching this, if you haven't yet, please consider hitting the subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff, especially share, because sharing your favorite content creators' content is the best way to help them grow, and that's some of the most engaging stuff for the recommendation algorithms to get them to share their stuff. But that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.